All right, folks, welcome back to the Homestead Kitchen, where today we are not making human food. We're actually making some homemade dog food. I've been doing this for the past few years. It is 100 times better than the normal dog food that you can buy like at Walmart or Tractor Supply, although they have some decent dog food there at Tractor Supply and other farm stores, but that stuff is so expensive. And I say it's not human food, but actually humans can eat this. Now, some of it I wouldn't eat, but you could eat it if you like it. Let me just kind of show you what I got going on here and show you how I make this homemade dog food. And so let me get the camera down here for you and I'll just go through this. And of course you can use different types of meat, but I have a whole variety of meats here. Anytime I see meats on sale or in this case marked down on clearance, I usually grab them up, throw them in the freezer until I need to make some dog food. Now, some people like to eat chicken livers. That's nasty. But dogs love it. All right. So as you can see, that was marked down. So I grabbed, they had several of these that were marked down and I grabbed, I think all of them. And so got that. Had some of these chicken gizzards. And this is some, ground pork that was also marked down. And some, chicken breast strips there that were marked down. So these have been in the freezer for the past several weeks. I just pulled those out the other day because I knew I was going to be making some homemade dog food. And then we have some stew meat here. Picked that up. They had it marked down. No, not marked down. They had it on sale. Got a couple of packages of that and then a couple of packages of ground turkey. And I also use a little bit of chicken broth. I'll show you why here in just a moment. 3 cans of tuna, sweet potatoes, and here are the vegetables that I mix in with the meat. Some spinach, a couple packages of green beans, some chopped broccoli, some cut carrots, and some mixed vegetables right there. Of course, you can put other things in there that you like. I know some people make their own dog food. A whole lot better for them. And I actually think it comes out a little bit cheaper. So I have an Instapot right here. We're going to cook all this stuff up here in the pressure cooker in the Instapot. And it does a great job. I probably have to do at least 2, maybe 3 times in there because I can't put everything there at once. But it is a cold winter day here at the homestead. As you can see, there's some snow out there. And it is coming down lightly. And they're saying that we're supposed to get the heaviest later on this evening, overnight, and early morning. Still calling for maybe a foot. Whether or not we get that much, I'm kind of doubting it at this point, but you never know. And just sitting here in warm house with the wood stove going and watching Ryan Hall. He has a great channel. All right, so let me show you what I got going on here. All right, so first thing that I want to do is put a little bit of this chicken broth in the bottom, just to cover the bottom of this Instant Pot. This is to hopefully to keep the meat from sticking and burning during the process. Sometimes it will want to burn, and then the Instant Pot knows that, and it will cut off and throw up an error. Then you got to open it back up and scrape off any burnt stuff there. But let me just show you what I got here. Right down there is just covered there, so hopefully that'll keep it from burning. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is cut open this ground chicken. I'm sorry, ground turkey, not chicken. You can use ground chicken if you want. I actually have some in the freezer too. I picked it up when it was marked down. So I got that. And let me get the other one here. All right, I'm going to cut up a package of this stew meat here. So, of course, it's already cut up. I'm just going to drop it right in there. And then the other one right here, drop it in. All right, so these other meats, I'm going to put it in with the second batch. All right, so I want to mix in some of the vegetables with that. Put in some green beans. And let's see here. What else do I want to do? I think I'll put in this mixed vegetables here. It is starting to come up to pressure now. And then once it gets to that point, it will count down from 13 minutes. All right, so we'll come back here in just a moment and take a look after it's done. All right, so this first batch has finished cooking. So I will show you what that looks like. All right, so that cooked up nicely. All right, so what I'm going to do is take that out of there and dump it into this big container. All right, so I got this ladle here. And just dump that right in there. Now I like to leave the juice inside the pot for now to use with the other ingredients I'm going to be putting in here in just a minute. All right, pretty much got all that out of there. Left some of the juice in there. So I'm going to put this back into the Instapot. And let's cut up the rest of this here. So again, we're going to put some meat in here. There's the chicken. We'll put that in next. All right, I'm not going to cut this up. It'll be nice and tender once it comes out of there, so it'll easily shred. So let's put that chicken in the pot. All right, and then you want to put this ground pork. This is still a little bit frozen, but that'll be all right. And still crumble it up. And the chicken gizzards. This is still kind of frozen too. Put the rest of these vegetables in there. And hope all this will go in. Another package of green beans, and here's the carrots, chopped carrots, sliced carrots. Some chopped broccoli. And some cut spinach. That is really too much in there. Well, that's going to have to work. All right, let's put the lid on. All right, pressure cook again. 12 minutes should be enough. And we'll let that go. We'll come back when it's done. All right, we got this second batch done here. So this finished up. Before I take the pot out of there, I am going to add some eggs to it. So I am going to just blend up 6 eggs that I have here. All right, so I have a little Ninja or NutriBullet here, Magic Bullet blender. Does a really good job. All right, so what we're going to do is just dump this blended eggs up into this, shells and all. We want that in there. It's a lot of good minerals in those shells. All right, you can see all the ground up shell there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water in here and dump it right in there. All right. All right, so I'm just going to take this spoon here and just mix it up. Just incorporate that in there like that. I'm going to do that here for a minute or two. All right, I'm going to take the pot out of there. I got the eggs mixed up into that pretty well. And now we're going to just dump it right into that first batch we've already made. So all of this will get absorbed, all the liquid. All right, got all that out of there. Now you can see there's a good bit of liquid in there. All of that will get absorbed in this mixture eventually. All right, so I have a few more things that we're going to put in now. Got 3 cans of tuna. So now we didn't cook this, it's already cooked in the can. So that's why I did not put that into the Instapot. That. And one more. All right. Then the sweet potatoes, I've already opened it and I drained most of the liquid off of these sweet potatoes. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just get all of this stuff mixed up. So I have one of these mixer utensils here, whatever thing's called. Just kind of chop all this stuff up. Again, there's a lot of liquid in here, but it will eventually get all absorbed. At least most of it. All right, one other thing that I put in is some Himalayan salt. Not a lot. That is a lot of food. And it'll last a long time for a little dog anyway. All right, so we got all this mixed up here. And Carlos is down here looking at me right now. He knows exactly what I'm doing. So I have 4 containers here. I think that would probably be enough to hold it all. All right, just take this big scooper here. Put it right in there. And so I'm going to fill all these up. All right, there's one. Let's do the rest of them. There is the 4th one. I still have a little bit here I need to go. I'm going to try to pull a little bit more on these other ones here. All right, that is it right there. I'm just going to leave these sitting out here for a little while, let them cool off there like that. And then I'll put one in the refrigerator to have on hand. Put the rest of them in the freezer so you can freeze these. All right, so there you go, folks. Some homemade dog food. And my dog loves it. Matter of fact, he's down here right now. He knows exactly what I'm doing. So there's a little bit of leftover there in the big pot here. So I'll give that to him to eat, to lick up. But there you go. It's pretty simple, inexpensive, and a whole lot better than that dry kibble. Although they do make some pretty good dry kibble these days, but it's expensive. If you've looked at, if you've priced it, it is very expensive to get the real good quality kibble. Now, I still do use kibble. I use the Signature brand or the Kirkland Signature brand from Costco, and I mix a little bit of the kibble in with this. So there you go, folks. Give it a try. See if your dogs like it. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one.